Hey guys, this is a follow-up from the video that I made the other day, and I was talking about how the current situation, how it has affected my business. Not just my business, but many other people. Pretty much what I had stated on is how over the last couple of weeks my my intake for the day has dropped dramatically to a point where I don't even know how I'm going to be able to pay the bills that come in the door. The current situation, I'm still able to trade. For people that aren't aware, I'm in Western Australia. So far in Australia, the issue hasn't peaked, even though we do have a fair amount of cases. They did close the borders, so nobody is able to come in from overseas unless you're Australian resident, citizen, blah blah blah. But they need to make sure they're self-isolating for 2 weeks. But who's going around policing that? No one really. And unless they show symptoms of a dry cough, which I have, I don't have coronavirus, so don't worry about me. Then no one's going to be testing you. So I do believe the numbers for the coronavirus is a lot lower than what they're really saying, because not everyone's able to get tested. But at the same time, I don't think unless there's thousands of people everywhere at the same time, then maybe I'd be stressing a bit more about my personal safety. But it's kind of I don't really know. Yes, I work in an environment where I touch people, I physically have to touch people, so the whole 1.5 meter ruling isn't really going to work for me. I know people have made jokes about it, but it's just ridiculous. So today's Saturday, yesterday, so Friday I don't know what today's date is. So yesterday, Friday the 28th, there had been a new ruling that had come into place where you weren't allowed to have someone, how do I explain this? So no more than 100 people inside in one place, but you're also not allowed to have more than one person per 4 meters square. So my salon's just over 40 square meters, so I can have a maximum of 10 people. Which for me, it's fine, because I don't usually have 10 people coming in at the same time. I mean, maybe sometimes we have had in the past, we've had large queues, but at the moment with this current situation, there's not many people out there actually getting a haircut. I think people are really buckling down. They tend to be spending a lot of money on groceries, so things like getting a haircut is something that they're going to be putting on the back burner, which I completely understand. Since the new ruling has come into place, the one person per 4 square meter, most pubs, restaurants, obviously all the nightclubs have closed. And I was reading, it was saying it would affect, because they're not just referring to people that physically work in the bar, but it's all the other things, the people that clean, the people that deliver the stock, and the people that cook. And it's full on. So this morning my dad went to the supermarket. He got there quite early because he came home at 8, so he must have left the house before I even got out of bed. He said he went to the local, no, it wasn't even the local, sorry. He went to a Coles, so he drove a fair distance. And before the shop had even opened, there was 2 police officers inside the supermarket in the same aisle where they sell the toilet paper, to make sure that people weren't going stupid over toilet paper. It's stupid. People are panicking. If anyone has ever seen the movie Contagion, when people find out that stocks are running low, and the bit in the movie where people find out that there's certain medical supplies are out of stock, and people start to panic and go crazy and jump over each other, that seems to be what's going on. And it's ridiculous. There's the shop today across the road seemed quite busy. The salon here, reasonable. surprisingly. It was busier than what I thought. We had 14 people walk through the door. Majority of them were just men's haircuts. I had 5 ladies. And yeah, it wasn't much. Made $560. So I was just trying to work it out because I'd been doing my till right now, which is really low for a Saturday. So pretty much, I feel like at the moment, like maybe a 50% drop, like anywhere between, I'd say between like a 40 and 50% drop in sales, because people are scared. I mean, like I mentioned in the last video, there was a woman that called up and she cancelled because she was scared to go outside because she's elderly. One client that came in today happens to be a school teacher, and yeah, she kind of mentioned, she's like, you know, she's even a little bit scared to go to work because kids are carriers, but they're not, they don't seem to get any symptoms or as many symptoms, but they seem to be able to carry it and give it to other people. And she is, you know, older, but then at the same time, if you close the schools, which I know what the crime rate will go up, kids run riot. I mean, all they do is, like, every time the school holidays are on, they're hanging out at the shops, you know, hoodlums, all the rest of it. It's just non-stop. What do you do? Actually, I did see, when I talked about the whole quarantining thing before, about, you know, coming into the country and having to quarantine for 2 weeks, there was a report that was it Victoria or New South Wales, one of the two, they have police going around to the house checking to make sure people are quarantining, because by the sounds of it, there are some talk that some people are not self-quarantining. So lo and behold, like we were all talking, we knew it wasn't going to work. Yeah. So that's how I am for now. It's kind of grim. Yeah. I feel really strange because, like, I don't know, like, come Monday, Tuesday next week, I might be told that I'm not allowed to open my doors. I know, like, I know this has happened in a lot of countries already, large parts of, you know, Europe, UK, Ireland. I know there's even huge amounts of areas in the US, Canada, that have currently gone into lockdown. Iran is apparently a ghost town at the moment, which is quite sad. Not meaning to be rude, but, like, I haven't received as many, like, nuisance calls from, I get a lot of nuisance calls that come directly from India, and I haven't received as many. So we haven't really heard much news coming out of that country, but I'm assuming something's going on there. And yeah, I don't know. What do you do? You know what? Because I've been so grim, I'm just gonna leave you on something light. It's a little video that I was gonna make but never really enjoyed. Like, I didn't really stick with the footage because most of it was kind of rubbish and crap and didn't really make much sense. But it's from a lighter time when we were able to roam freely and have fun in our city of Perth. Pretty knackered, and so bad I've been riding. We're currently at Kings Park, and I'm very happy to admit that I walked up the hills. We started from the bottom and now we're back. It's very rude. A pretty long way. So I was walking and I fell in a hole. It wasn't there before. My foot just fell straight through because it was all covered in sand. There's something in there. It's got plastic in there.
What are you going instead? Oh, yeah.
Someone drank some alcohol.
What about in there?
I wonder how old that is. I'm bleeding a little bit.
Far out.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's holding my bum.
hot on the bum. Right now I'm down at the city for the fireworks for Australia Day, which is why I'm dressed like an absolute tool. I forced Matt to put his cricket hat on because the only Australian thing he would wear.
Let's go.